There are between 800,000 and 900,000 Jewish people in Brooklyn. This is the highest concentration of Jewish people in the United States. In fact, there are probably more Jewish people in this area than in almost any neighborhood or section of Jerusalem or Tel Aviv.
I love this neighborhood so much because in this neighborhood we have a great mixture of Russians and Hasidic Jews and Orthodox Jews and really people of all walks of life here. And it's very lively. So as we are doing outreach right here in the streets, people are walking by. We're being that light in this corner of the world.
I'll be able to have a place to hold events that I otherwise wouldn't be able to hold. Just by having it, it gives me some credibility in the area that it's an establishment, and I have a place to go and bring people.
Ministries in the heart of Brooklyn. We'll be able to feed the poor, we'll be able to have worship services, we'll be able to have a library and places for our students to study, we'll be able to have lectures and concerts for young people. The outreach possibilities are just fantastic.
This is going to be the new gospel cafe that you would like to have.
Fantastic. You know, in Tel Aviv, it's been wonderful. Because we're across from the central bus station,
right.
There's a lot of traffic and a lot of young soldiers come in. They drink some coffee and hear about the Lord. My hope and my prayer is that some of the Orthodox young people will come in, hear about the Lord, eat some kosher cookies, drink some coffee, meet with our staff. So we're looking forward to great things here too.
What if your 12-year-old came home and said an adult had persuaded him to change his religion? Wouldn't you be furious? But suppose the adult sincerely felt that he was doing the best thing for your child. Would that matter? ABC's religion correspondent Peggy Waymeyer with a story of good intentions that some say went too far. Could this happen to your child?
Look, for example, at what recently happened in this Texas town near Dallas, involving this Southern Baptist church and this 12-year-old Jewish boy.
Are there a lot of Jewish kids in your class?
In my grade, there's 3 other people.
Out of how many?
Out of about 500.
You're really trying to convert them, aren't you?
Exactly.
Chad Self is the church pastor.
Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me, and we believe this is not just a truth, but that it is the truth. And if I believe this is the only way to know God, to spend eternity with Him, then I also have a burden that other people know that as well.
Did you ever think, wait a minute, I'm Jewish, I can't do this?
A little bit, and I told the guy that, and he said, well, a lot of people are both.
He told you could be both Jewish and Christian?
Yeah.
So you don't see any conflict there between being a Jew and accepting Jesus as your Savior?
No, not at all. When the Apostle Paul went into a new town to plant a new church, he started in the synagogue.
It wasn't till the next night that Zach's mom found out what had happened.
He was standing in the middle of his room crying. Just kind of took my breath away that something could be that wrong, that he's like, I can't tell you, I can't tell you. You'll be so disappointed.
You were studying for your bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
You decided to put it off?
Yeah, I didn't feel very Jewish.
Do you have any problem with taking a Jewish kid and converting him to Christianity without their parents there?
We didn't go to his school to share the gospel with him. He had come to our church, and our church has a mission that we don't try to hide. For us, this is a loving thing to do, expressing God's love to other people.
Why do you want Jews to believe in Jesus?
He is their Messiah.
Is He the only way they can get to heaven?
If He weren't the only way, what kind of a cruel God would have sent His only Son to die on the cross?
So you're really telling Jews, if you want to spend eternity with God, you have to believe in Jesus as your Messiah.
Yes.
They don't like that.
No.
It's exactly what happened to our son, and it can happen to anybody.
So this is not simply a theological, religious issue. This is also a social, psychological issue as well.
I just pray that I can save one other mother. The kind of pain that we're dealing with.
It's a form of attempted spiritual genocide. That's the only way to put it. These people are being lost to Judaism as sure as they are dying off. And we take this extremely seriously. It's something that we will not let go. This is very much a battle for Jewish life and Jewish soul.
If someone who was more religious was going to approach you and invite you to their home for Shabbat or give you a Jewish book or something like that, how would you react to that?
I would go with that. I'd like that.
Have you ever thought about becoming more religious? Or
at times. I've read some books. I'm considering, exploring a little more my Judaism.
What does being Jewish mean to you?
I actually didn't find out I was Jewish until last year after my grandma had passed away. My grandma was a survivor of the Holocaust. And ever since, I've had a whole new perspective, and I've been trying to learn the culture, but it's tough, especially with grandma being gone.
How religious are you, would you consider yourself?
Spiritual, but not, I don't attend synagogue.
How come?
I'm married to a Christian, and laziness.
How would they have to approach you? What would be the right way?
Probably through my family, I guess. I have a daughter who's 5, a son, as I said, who's 11. To what it would bring to them potentially might be a way.
It's certainly true. The older I get, the more interested I am, and the more parts I'd like to learn about, and the more parts I feel I've missed over the years.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is your Jewishness?
It's somewhere between 9. I'm really proud of my Jewishness. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not trying to embrace it, but between 9 to 8.
Would you be open to someone teaching you more about your Jewish heritage?
If the offer was there, yeah. I mean, if it was, someone who looked friendly, and definitely if it was someone I knew, I know a lot of people who do that, and if they asked, yeah, sure.